11 of the biggest banks in the U.S. stepped in to prevent a failure of another bank with a massive rescue package. The turmoil in the U.S. banking system comes days before the Federal Reserve could raise interest rates again. Caroline Shively breaks it all down for us from Washington.
The banking industry wrapping up an alarming week with more bad news. On Friday, a week after the federal government seized Silicon Valley Bank, its parent company, SVB Financial Group, filed for bankruptcy. The White House is now working to strengthen confidence in the entire banking system.
So as the president said, Congress and regulators must strengthen those rules for larger banks so that this doesn't happen again.
This follows Thursday's announcement that 11 institutions poured $30 billion into First Republic Bank to save it from collapse.
It's putting money in the window, showing everybody there's money there. In this case, you're really showing investors that this is still a place where you can have your deposits.
We're almost back to the point where we don't have a Federal Reserve or an FDIC. We have the banking industry taking matters into its own hands. Obviously creative, but we're going to have to see whose money are they putting in. Is it own cash of the banking institutions?
The bank failures and economic fallout are putting pressure on the Federal Reserve to stop cranking up interest rates. But this week's consumer price index rise of 6% year over year is pushing the opposite action.
And the Fed, if they're smart, I would, if I was running the place, I would pause here and see what's going on. Before I did much more.
The Fed will announce a decision on interest rates next week. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.